The Krylith warship emerged from hyperspace at the edge of Sol's Kuiper belt, its crystalline hull refracting the distant starlight. Admiral Vix stood on the command deck, his scaled hands clasped behind his back as he studied the holographic display of the unremarkable yellow star system. The scout reports had been promising. A developing civilization, barely capable of basic space travel, making this the perfect hidden staging ground for their war effort. "Status report," he commanded, his translucent inner eyelids blinking in the soft blue glow of the ship's instruments. "Local scans confirm previous intelligence. Admiral, his second-in-command." Commander Sela reported. "The dominant species has established rudimentary colonies on their moon and the fourth planet. Their propulsion technology appears limited to chemical rockets and ion drives. No sign of quantum sensors or gravitic weapons." Vix's mouth curled into what passed for a smile among his species. The humans would never detect their true capabilities. The Krylith had perfected the art of energy masking over centuries of warfare with the Nexer Empire. Their entire battle fleet could hide in this system, using the primitive human civilization as cover while they prepared their decisive strike. "Begin Phase 1, he ordered. "Deploy the diplomatic delegation. Remember, we must appear appropriately advanced to earn their trust, but not so advanced as to frighten them. The humans must believe they are dealing with benevolent visitors only slightly ahead of their own development." The Krylith delegation arrived on Earth with calculated humility. Their shuttle, deliberately designed to look only marginally more advanced than human spacecraft, landed at the United Nations headquarters in New York. The alien ambassadors presented themselves as peaceful explorers, seeking friendship and cultural exchange with humanity. In the depths of the Pentagon, General Sarah Chen watched the alien landing with carefully hidden amusement. The holographic display before her showed the true extent of human sensor coverage throughout the solar system. A vast network of quantum detection arrays and gravimetric scanners, all perfectly concealed from conventional scanning methods. "They're good," her intelligence chief, Colonel Marcus Rivera, noted. "Their energy masking is impressive, but they missed our quantum wake detectors in the Kuiper belt. We tracked their entire fleet's arrival." Chen nodded, her expression neutral. "And they have no idea about the Artemis Defense Network or the Ghost Fleet. Continue monitoring but maintain emissions control protocols. Let's see what game they're really playing." Over the next few weeks, the Krylith established what they believed to be a convincing presence of moderate technological superiority. They shared carefully limited scientific knowledge, offered basic medical improvements, and proposed joint space exploration initiatives, all while their massive war fleet quietly moved into position throughout the solar system, hiding behind planets and within asteroid fields. In the secret command center beneath the lunar surface, Director Elena Wong of the Earth Defense Initiative reviewed the latest intelligence. The Krylith were positioning ships in classic invasion formations, though they clearly thought their movements were undetected. Every time they deployed a new vessel, quantum sensors tracked its position, while advanced AI systems analyzed their tactical patterns. "Their technology is impressive," Wong commented to her staff, "but their greatest weakness is their arrogance. They're so convinced of their superiority that they haven't bothered to look for signs of advanced technology operating on different principles than their own." The humans had learned this lesson centuries ago, after their first true contact with alien life. An encounter they had kept secret from the galaxy at large. That meeting had taught them the value of appearing less advanced than they were, of developing technologies that operated outside the standard paradigms of galactic civilization. As the Krylith diplomatic mission continued on Earth, their massive dreadnoughts slipped into the shadows of Jupiter's moons, their crews confident in their perfect concealment. They never noticed the quantum entanglement transmitters watching their every move, never detected the ghost ships moving silently among them, gathering data on their weapons, shields, and tactical capabilities. In her office at the UN, Secretary General Maya Patil maintained a perfect facade of diplomatic enthusiasm while meeting with the Krylith ambassador. Inside, she smiled at the irony of the situation. The aliens thought they were masterfully manipulating a primitive species, never suspecting that humanity was playing an even deeper game. "We are so grateful for your willingness to share your knowledge," she told the ambassador, her voice carrying exactly the right note of humble appreciation. "Humanity has so much to learn about the galaxy." The ambassador's translated response was filled with carefully calculated condescension. "We are pleased to help guide your species toward a greater understanding of the cosmos." Behind her diplomatic smile, Patel thought of the quantum battle fleet hidden in subspace, the artificial intelligence networks that had already cracked the Krylith's encryption protocols, and the advanced weapons platforms disguised as simple communications satellites. The Krylith would learn the truth eventually, but by then, it would be too late. The first sign that something was wrong came when the Krylith's long-range sensors detected a massive quantum wake approaching the solar system. The Nexar Empire had found them far sooner than expected. As alarms spread through the hidden Krylith fleet, Admiral Vix realized with growing dread that they had made a terrible mistake. They had chosen this system as their hiding place without fully understanding it. And now they were trapped, caught between their advancing enemies and a primitive civilization they had thoroughly underestimated. The game of deception was about to end, and the true nature of humanity's capabilities would soon be revealed to both alien powers. The galaxy was about to learn why it was dangerous to assume that any civilization was truly primitive based on surface appearances alone. Beneath the surface of Mars, Captain Maya Rodriguez walked through the quantum manufacturing facility that officially didn't exist. Massive fabricators hummed quietly, producing advanced weaponry and defense systems that no alien race believed humans capable of creating. The facility, like dozens of others throughout the solar system, had remained perfectly hidden from the Krylith's supposedly superior scanning technology. "Status report on Ghost Fleet production," she commanded, her voice echoing slightly in the cavernous space. Chief Engineer David Chen gestured to a holographic display showing dozens of ships under construction. "We're ahead of schedule. The new quantum phase drives are performing beyond expectations." The Krylith's presence actually helped. Observing their fleet movements gave us some interesting insights into improving our stealth systems. Above them, visible through the transparent quantum crystalline ceiling, the Krylith's patrol ships moved through the Martian orbit, completely unaware of the vast complex beneath the planet's surface. Their sensors, searching for conventional energy signatures and material concentrations, were blind to the advanced technology operating on fundamentally different principles. In lunar orbit, Commander James Chen monitored the quantum entanglement network that connected Earth's hidden military installations. The data flow was constant. Detailed scans of Krylith technology, analysis of their tactical patterns, and preparations for the inevitable moment when humanity would need to reveal its true capabilities. "They're getting sloppy," his tactical officer, Lieutenant Sarah Nash, noted. "Their patrols are becoming routine. They're so convinced of their technological superiority that they're not even looking for counter-surveillance anymore." Chen nodded, studying the quantum display that showed the true extent of human military power throughout the solar system. Stealth ships moved silently between the planets, gathering intelligence. Automated defense platforms, disguised as debris or natural formations, tracked every Krylith movement. The aliens thought they were secretly preparing for war, never realizing they were operating inside humanity's most heavily defended space. On Europa, Dr. Aisha Patel adjusted the settings on the quantum resonance scanner, watching as it penetrated the Krylith dreadnought hiding behind Jupiter. The alien vessel's energy masking technology was impressive, but it was designed to hide from conventional sensors. It might as well have been broadcasting a beacon to human quantum detection systems. "Their shield harmonics are fascinating," she commented to her research team. "But they're vulnerable to phase-shifted attacks. Add that to the tactical database. It could be crucial when the deception ends." The Krylith, meanwhile, continued their diplomatic charade on Earth. Ambassador Krell presented what they considered advanced scientific knowledge to a panel of human scientists, carefully editing the information to maintain the illusion of limited technological superiority. The humans played their part perfectly, asking appropriately naive questions and expressing carefully calculated amazement at basic principles they had mastered centuries ago. In orbit around Saturn, the human stealth vessel Silent Dawn maneuvered through the rings, its quantum phase drive rendering it completely invisible to conventional detection methods. Captain Lisa Chen watched as her ship's AI analyzed the Krylov battle group hiding on the other side of the massive planet. Their formation suggests they're planning to use Saturn's magnetic field as cover for a massive fleet movement, her tactical officer reported. Probably preparing for the Nexer's arrival. Log it, Chen ordered. Update the tactical simulations. When this facade breaks down, I want us ready for every possible scenario. The Krylov's overconfidence had led them to make a critical mistake. They assumed that any civilization without visible signs of advanced technology must be primitive. They never considered that true advancement might lie in the ability to hide such technology, to operate outside the expected parameters of galactic warfare. In the asteroid belt, automated mining facilities continued their official work of extracting basic minerals and metals. Below their simple exterior, quantum forges manufactured advanced weaponry and shield systems. The Krylov scouts regularly passed by these facilities, their scans showing exactly what humans wanted them to see. Primitive industrial operations barely worth noting. Director Wong, reviewing the latest intelligence reports in her lunar command center, allowed herself a small smile. The Krylov had chosen Earth as their hiding place because they thought it was defenseless. Soon, they would learn the cost of that assumption. The quantum sensors monitoring the outer system began picking up stronger signs of the approaching Nexer fleet. The Krylov's hidden ships moved with increasing urgency, preparing for what they thought would be a surprise attack on their pursuers. They never noticed how human installations throughout the solar system were also preparing, positioning themselves for the moment when the true balance of power would be revealed. Admiral Vix, aboard his flagship, believed he had positioned his forces perfectly. The Nexer would enter the system expecting to find only a primitive human civilization, only to be caught in a devastating ambush. He had no way of knowing that his own fleet was the one being positioned, subtly maneuvered by human actions that seemed random and insignificant, but were actually part of a carefully coordinated strategy. As the first signs of Nexer quantum wakes appeared at the edge of the solar system, humanity's hidden strength was ready. Centuries of preparation, of deliberate deception and careful advancement, were about to pay off. The galaxy was about to learn that appearing primitive could be the most sophisticated strategy of all. The stage was set for a revelation that would shake the foundations of galactic politics. Both the Krylov and the approaching Nexer were about to discover that they hadn't found a primitive civilization to fight over. They had walked into humanity's carefully prepared trap. The Nexer fleet materialized at the edge of the Kuiper Belt in a cascade of quantum distortions, their bioorganic ships pulsing with internal light. Grand Admiral Zena of the Nexer Empire stood on her command deck, her crystalline form refracting the ambient light as she studied the tactical display of the solar system. Analysis of the Krylov positioning, she demanded, her voice resonating through the ship's neural network. They've hidden their fleet throughout the system, Apex Commander, her strategic officer reported, using the primitive human civilization as cover, just as our intelligence suggested. Their energy signatures are masked, but we can detect gravitational anomalies consistent with their dreadnought configurations. What neither the Nexer nor the Krylov realized was that every word of their communications was being intercepted and analyzed by human quantum surveillance systems. In the deep underground command center beneath Geneva, General Michael Chang watched the situation unfold with calculated precision. Both fleets are exactly where we predicted they would be, he noted to his staff. The Nexer are following standard Imperial doctrine, spreading out to encircle the system while maintaining quantum communication links between their ships. The first shots of the battle were fired near Neptune, as a Krylov patrol squadron attempted to ambush an advancing Nexer scout group. Energy beams cut through space, their targeting systems confused by the quantum interference fields humanity had secretly generated throughout the outer system. Director Wang's voice came through the quantum comm network, addressing all of Earth's hidden military installations. Maintain emissions control. Let them commit fully to the engagement before we reveal ourselves. The battle quickly escalated as both alien fleets deployed their full arsenal. The Krylith launched their signature phase-shifted torpedoes, while the Nexer responded with bioorganic energy constructs that sought out enemy ships like living hunters. The space around the gas giants became a deadly dance of advanced technology and tactical warfare. Commander Elena Rossi, aboard the cloaked human dreadnought Thunderchild in high Mars orbit, watched as the alien vessels maneuvered through their deadly volée. Her ship's quantum sensors recorded every weapon signature, shield frequency, and tactical pattern for later analysis. "They're both so focused on each other," her tactical officer observed. "They're completely missing our sensor pickets and defense platforms. Even their stray shots aren't coming close to our hidden installations." The Krylith's carefully planned ambush was rapidly falling apart. The Nexer's bioorganic ships proved more adaptable than expected, their living hulls quickly developing resistance to Krylith energy weapons. Admiral Vix found his forces being pushed back, forced to abandon their hiding places among the planets and moons. In the asteroid belt, human mining stations continued their seemingly primitive operations, while beneath their surface, quantum weapon systems tracked every movement of the alien fleets. Chief Engineer Chen's voice crackled through the secure network. "Their shields are degrading faster than expected. The quantum interference is affecting both sides' defensive systems." The Nexer pressed their advantage, their ships moving in complex three-dimensional formations that forced the Krylith to respond. Energy beams and quantum torpedoes crisscrossed the space between Jupiter and Saturn, creating a deadly web of destructive force. But something was wrong, and Grand Admiral Zena was beginning to sense it. Her ship's bioorganic sensors were reporting strange anomalies, quantum fluctuations that couldn't be explained by either Nexer or Krylith technology. The human system was affecting their weapons and shields in ways that should have been impossible for a primitive civilization. In lunar orbit, Commander Chen received the signal he had been waiting for. The alien fleets had fully committed to their battle, their formations now perfectly positioned within humanity's hidden defense grid. Director Wang's final command came through the quantum network. "Prepare for revelation. All units stand by for Phase 1 implementation." The Krylith Admiral realized too late that something was terribly wrong. His ship's energy signatures were being affected by some unknown force, their supposedly perfect masking technology failing in ways he couldn't explain. The Nexer too found their bioorganic vessels behaving erratically, responding to phantom signals that shouldn't exist in a primitive star system. As the alien battle reached its peak intensity, humanity prepared to unveil centuries of hidden advancement. The primitive facade that had fooled both galactic powers was about to be torn away, revealing a civilization that had developed along entirely different technological lines than either the Krylith or Nexer had thought possible. The space around Earth rippled as quantum fields began to shift, and hidden installations throughout the solar system powered up their true defensive capabilities. Both alien fleets were about to learn that their battle had been carefully orchestrated, their every move monitored and analyzed by the very civilization they had dismissed as primitive. The moment of revelation had arrived, and the galaxy's balance of power was about to shift dramatically. Humanity's long game of deception was ending, but an even more impressive demonstration of their true capabilities was about to begin. The revelation began with a ripple in space-time that neither alien fleet could ignore. Throughout the solar system, what had appeared to be primitive human installations suddenly shimmered as quantum camouflage fields deactivated. Military bases emerged from beneath the surfaces of moons and asteroids. Advanced warships materialized from seemingly empty space. Director Wang's voice echoed through the quantum network. "Execute Operation Daybreak." The human ghost fleet revealed itself first. Hundreds of ships, their quantum phase drives humming with power, appeared in perfect formation around both alien fleets. Their sleek designs bore little resemblance to the primitive chemical rockets the aliens had observed. These were vessels built with technology that operated on principles neither the Krylith nor Nexar had conceived possible. Admiral Vix watched in stunned disbelief as his tactical display updated, showing the true extent of human military power. "Impossible," he whispered, his scaled skin paling. "Their technology. It's beyond anything our sensors can classify." The Nexar bioorganic ships reacted instinctively to the threat, their living hulls pulsing with defensive energy. Grand Admiral Zena's crystalline form vibrated with tension as she assessed the situation. How did we not see this? How did they hide such advancement? Humanity's response came in the form of a system-wide quantum broadcast, transmitted simultaneously in both Krylith and Nexar languages. Secretary General Patel's voice was calm but carried unmistakable authority. "This is Earth Command to all alien vessels. You have brought your war to our home. Now you will learn why that was a mistake." The human attack began with weapons that defied conventional galactic warfare doctrine. Quantum phase beams sliced through Krylith shields as if they didn't exist. Temporal disruptors caused Nexar bioorganic hulls to age centuries in seconds. Both alien fleets found their advanced technologies countered by systems they couldn't even detect properly. Captain Sarah Chen, commanding the human dreadnought Aegis, coordinated the assault on the Krylith's main battle group. "Target their command and control nodes," she ordered. "Their hierarchical command structure is their weakness. Don't let them regroup." The Artemis Defense Network activated next. Platforms hidden throughout the solar system generated overlapping fields of quantum interference, disrupting both alien fleets' ability to coordinate their forces. Ships that had been fighting each other moments before suddenly found themselves struggling just to maintain basic functions. In the asteroid belt, Chief Engineer Chen's automated defense systems demonstrated the true sophistication of human mining operations. Quantum-controlled asteroids moved with impossible precision, herding alien vessels into prepared kill zones where concentrated fire from multiple human ships awaited them. "Their tactical doctrine is breaking down," Commander Rossi reported from the Thunderchild. "They're trying to adapt, but their entire understanding of warfare is based on principles we deliberately evolved beyond." The Nexar attempted to counterattack, their bioorganic ships attempting to merge into larger, more powerful configurations. But humanity had studied this capability through their hidden sensors and was prepared. Quantum destabilizers prevented the biological fusion, leaving the Nexar ships vulnerable and isolated. Admiral Vix attempted to rally his forces, ordering the Krylith fleet to fall back and regroup. But there was nowhere to retreat to. Every hiding place they had thought secure was covered by human weapons. Every escape route was blocked by ships that seemed to phase in and out of normal space at will. On Earth, General Chang watched the tactical display with grim satisfaction. Centuries of preparation and deception were paying off. The human fleet moved with perfect coordination, their tactics utilizing the full capability of their advanced technology, while exploiting the fundamental weaknesses in both alien combat doctrines. The space around Jupiter became a graveyard of alien vessels as human quantum weapons systematically dismantled both fleets' most powerful ships. The Krylith's energy masking technology proved useless against weapons that targeted the very fabric of spacetime. The Nexar's adaptive bioorganic hulls couldn't evolve fast enough to counter attacks they couldn't even detect properly. "Send the final message," Director Wong commanded. Her orders were transmitted through the quantum network, and every human ship simultaneously broadcast to the remaining alien vessels. "You have two choices. Surrender and learn to coexist peacefully with humanity, or be destroyed by the very primitives you foolishly underestimated." The battle had become a demonstration of not just advanced technology, but of humanity's fundamental approach to warfare and advancement. While the galactic powers had developed their technology along predictable lines, humanity had taken a different path, creating weapons and defenses that operated outside the conventional understanding of physics and warfare. As the alien fleets faced the reality of their situation, The true lesson of humanity's deception became clear. Sometimes the most advanced civilization wasn't the one that showed its power openly, but the one that knew how to hide its strength until the perfect moment to strike. The surrender came first from the Krylov. Admiral Vix, his flagship's systems failing under sustained quantum attack, transmitted his capitulation on all frequencies. The Nexer followed shortly after, their bioorganic ships reverting to defensive configurations as Grand Admiral Zena acknowledged the futility of continued resistance. In the Geneva Command Center, General Chang watched as human vessels moved to secure the remaining alien ships. "Begin Phase 2, he ordered. "Let's show them what humanity can really offer when we're not pretending to be primitive." The aftermath of the battle brought a fundamental shift in galactic politics. Representatives from both the Krylov Empire and the Nexer Collective were brought to Earth, not as conquerors or superior beings, but as equals facing humanity's true technological might. Secretary General Patel addressed the alien delegations in the United Nations chamber, her words carrying the weight of humanity's revealed power. "We hid our advancement not out of fear, but out of wisdom. We watched your war spread across the galaxy, and we prepared, not just to defend ourselves, but to end this conflict." The revelation of Earth's true capability sent shockwaves through galactic civilization. Humanity's quantum technology, developed in secret while the rest of the galaxy focused on conventional advancement, represented an entirely new path of scientific progress. Their ability to hide such development demonstrated a level of strategic thinking that both the Krylov and Nexar had to admire. Director Wong led the alien representatives on a tour of Earth's formerly hidden facilities. They saw quantum manufacturing plants that could produce technologies neither species had thought possible. They witnessed defense systems that operated on principles their scientists were only beginning to theorize about. "Your greatest mistake," she explained to the stunned delegates, "was assuming that technological advancement would follow a predictable path. Humanity chose to develop in ways you never imagined, because we knew the conventional paths were already well defended." The human quantum network expanded to include the surrendered alien fleets, beginning the process of integration and cooperation. Earth's scientists worked with Krylov and Nexar experts, showing them how their different approaches to technology could complement each other rather than compete. Commander Rossi, now leading the diplomatic security detail, observed the changing dynamics with satisfaction. "They're beginning to understand," she reported to General Chang. "It's not just about the technology. It's about the mindset that created it." The galactic war that had raged for centuries began to wind down as news of Earth's intervention spread. Other civilizations, learning of how humanity had hidden their true capabilities while developing beyond conventional boundaries, started reaching out for diplomatic contact. In lunar orbit, the first joint training exercises began. Human quantum ships maneuvered alongside Krylov cruisers and Nexar bioorganic vessels, each learning from the other's capabilities. The combined fleet represented a new era of galactic cooperation, born from the ashes of conflict. "We never wanted to conquer or dominate," President Chen explained to a gathering of alien leaders 6 months after the battle. "We developed our technology in secret because we saw a galaxy trapped in cycles of warfare. Our goal was always to break that cycle." The integration of human quantum science with Krylov energy manipulation and Nexar bioorganic technology created possibilities that none of the species had imagined alone. Research stations throughout the solar system became centers of joint development, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Admiral Vix, now serving as the Krylov liaison to Earth's Defense Force, found himself regularly amazed by human innovations. "We thought we were so advanced," he admitted to Director Wong. "But you showed us that true advancement lies in knowing when not to show your power." The Nexar, their bioorganic technology adapting to work with human quantum systems, contributed their unique perspective on technological evolution. Grand Admiral Zena became a strong advocate for continued cooperation, her crystalline form often seen in Earth's research facilities. As the first year of open human participation in galactic affairs drew to a close, the solar system had transformed. What had been seen as a primitive backwater became the center of a new galactic order, one based on cooperation and shared advancement rather than military might. The lesson that humanity had taught the galaxy was clear. True civilization wasn't measured by visible technological achievements, but by the wisdom to know how to use them. The age of deception was over, replaced by an era of unprecedented cooperation and progress. In the end, humanity's greatest victory wasn't in defeating two powerful alien fleets, but in showing the galaxy a better way forward. The primitives who had hidden their strength had become the teachers, leading the way to a future where technology served the cause of peace rather than war.